Here is a 250 watts Metal Halide light fixture. This is a Hubbell branded fixture, the Hubbell lighting division. It is category number MLC-250H8-AR-CFB. It is a multi-tap ballast. It can take 120, 208, 240 or 277 volts, and it must not be very good power factor because it's 2.6 amps at 120 volts, which is a little high. Suitable for damp locations. I wish the ceiling under the deck was a little bit taller because I'd put these under there. Could really use some good task lighting under there. And it requires 110 degree supply wire. Hubbell listed high intensity discharge fixture. Picked these up at the Habitat. I got a pair of these, $45. What a steal. These are very, very good quality fixtures, and they were expensive. These were hundreds new. And they're getting pretty hard to find because since this is a commercial fixture, they don't make them out. They don't make their way out into the public too often, and when they're discarded in place of LED garbage, they usually just get tossed. This is the mounting apparatus. It's a conduit mount. Seems to be conduit mount only. There's no way to screw it up to a beam or something that I can see. So the way this works, I don't know what that is. This slides on to the top here like this, and then you make the screw in the conduit there, and then this covers the opening. So this is like the box that the connection would go into. I'm not going to use that for the video. I also got a data sheet with these. Installation the heck is this? Installation instructions for charcoal breather, filter breather. It's Hubbell branded. It was in the fixture when I got it. I just don't know what this has to do with anything. I have no idea what that is. And then this is the, I guess this is the instruction manual, or this is the actual data sheet. Something weird is going on with the paper there. It's really odd. What the heck is up with this piece of paper? Or is that, oh, you know what that might be? That might be a stupid, like a spider thing. Never mind. Here's the actual installation instructions. And according to this, it looks like there's the conduit would actually go into there, maybe? I don't know. It's not super clear, but we'll deal with that some other time when I actually figure out where to mount these things. This is kind of what I wanted for the garage, because this is a little bit more of a low bay fixture than what I have in there. This is a little easier on the eyes. Problem with this is it wouldn't fit in the garage because the ceiling is not, the beams aren't that wide apart, so there's just no way it would fit. I don't know what that is. Let's turn this upside down and take a look inside. It's pretty heavy. This is probably aluminium, I guess. And this is actually pretty solid too. We have 3 clips. And it comes right off. What's that? Is that maybe that's got something to do with that filter carbon thing? It looks like a vent of some kind. And here's the metal halide bulb. It's kind of dirty. I actually think that this bulb might have been the one that was in a something else I got. One of these came with a bulb. One of them didn't. I don't remember which one it was. This is a Mogul base bulb, and I can't really tell what the branding is because it's all wore off. We'll see if it works or not. I don't know if this is going to work. So this bulb is not open rated, and since it might be towards the end of its life, I know one of the two bulbs I have that work with these is very much towards the end of its life. So I'm gonna keep the shade on for the test. I know it's not as interesting that way, but this is a matter of health and safety here. And metal halide, although it's extremely rare, metal halide can kind of explode when it goes EOL, unless it's an open rated bulb, which it's not. So I finally got a bunch of electrical equipment recently. Quick shout out to the letter H for the opportunity to go pick this stuff up. So I made myself a nice testing cord here, and I got almost all the way there because I didn't bring in the morettes, so I'll go grab those now. Alright, so we should have some labeling here. This is the common. We got 240, here's 120. So we'll put the 120 onto the high side for the power input. And then we'll take the common and join that with the white. And then we'll take our ground and we'll connect that to the copper. Okay, so now we have a much more reasonable and much safer testing apparatus than what we typically have around here. I'm pretty sure that this will operate in any orientation. You know what I'll do is I'll take this off and I'll just look away from it, because I'm sure we all want to see the startup, because you do have pretty cool startups. Go ahead and zoom this in real good, and here we go. 116 the volts. I guess everybody on the street must have air conditioner on. Alright, there it goes. You see how that was kind of a violent startup. This one I think is definitely getting old. It shouldn't be flickering to pink like that. This is definitely on its way out. as of now, it's pulling 1.79 amps, 123 the watts with a power factor of 0.6. It should go up a little bit more as it starts. It's showing green on the camera, but it's not green in the person whatsoever. It looks like mercury vapor on the camera, but it's not that way at all while operating in the person. You know what? Would these fit down here? Let's see what the distance of the beams is. These are about 14.5. This would fit down here. Alright, we're going to have to install these somewhere downstairs then, because they will fit in between the beams. We have about 15 inches of clearance would be reasonable. It end up being about 15. Okay, so then I think that we'll be able to install these down here. But the mounting apparatus is going to waste 2.5 inches, so it wouldn't be 15, it'd be 17.5. 18 I can still walk under, but it's getting kind of close. Well, we'll see. These are really cool, really bright fixtures, so we gotta do something with these things. So that's pretty much up to full brightness now, I think. It's 2.8 amps right on the nose, 315 the watts, but a power factor of 0.97. Actually, the power factor is pretty decent. That's at 115 the volts now. 2.8 the amps, 317 the watts, the power factor is 0.97. Okay, so I was wrong. I guess what I didn't, when I made that initial statement, I didn't factor in the reality that the valve is not 100% efficient, so it's not going to be a 250 watt draw. Duh. Alright, so let's take a look at this. This is just insanely bright. It's ridiculous. It's a really nice, clean, crisp light though, with good color rendering. I really like Metal Halide for interior applications, task lighting. Nothing beats sodium for outside, but inside Metal Halide's pretty good. And for, was it 315 the watts or whatever the wattage is, it's an outrageous amount of light that it's putting out. It is extremely bright. I mean, it's broad daylight out, and it's still, and you can see clearly where it's shining. It's lighting the room up well past daylight. The ballast is pretty loud though. It's got quite the hum to it. Which is somewhat normal. I remember hearing back when gymnasiums and everything was still lit with metal halide. I remember you would hear the ballast sometimes. That's just the way it was. Yeah, it's already getting scorching hot. I guess that's why it's got that vent thing on there. Well, I guess this doesn't have any kind of glow down like sodium does. It stopped glowing immediately. Well, I'm going to leave that bulb in there for now, just so I know. Not that it's hard to figure out again, but just so I know what kind it takes. Plus, at this point, I'm not throwing out any HID bulbs, even those that are spoiled. just hang the thing on the wall or something as a display piece. Because unfortunately, HID bulbs, it's just a matter of time before they're unable to be obtained anymore. So stock up while you still can. So that's it for this. It works. I tested the other one. I'm not going to do a video on the other one too because it's the same thing. I'll do another video when I figure out where we're going to use these.